Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session. In this lesson, we'll explore how feedback plays a vital role in shaping stronger, more effective solutions. We'll talk about why internal stakeholders are such valuable sources of insight, how to choose the right channels for collecting feedback, and how to present your ideas so you get responses you can actually use. We'll also look at adapting your approach for different audiences, from clients to design teams, and how to handle all kinds of feedback constructively. By the end, you'll see feedback not as a hurdle, but as a tool for improving ideas and achieving better outcomes. Gathering internal stakeholder feedback. When we talk about developing a successful product or solution, one of the first things we must recognize is the value of internal stakeholders. These are the people inside your organization who are directly involved in or affected by the work, and they are also your internal customers. Because they are close to the process, they tend to be more vocal than external customers. They see the product or service from the inside, understand its strengths and weaknesses, and are often quick to point out where things could be improved. This makes their feedback a powerful resource, but only if it's gathered in a deliberate and structured way. That means having clear channels in place, so feedback is easy to give, easy to collect, and easy to act on. Without an organized approach, valuable insights can be missed or lost. In the next part of the lesson, we'll look at the different ways you can collect this feedback effectively. Communication channels for feedback. When we gather feedback internally, it's tempting to use many different channels: emails, chats, meetings, reports, all at once. But while variety can be good, it can also make it harder to keep track of information. A more effective approach is to choose one main channel for feedback and stick with it. This way, your team knows exactly where to share their ideas, and you know exactly where to find them later. The method you choose should match the way your team works best, whether that's through quick digital communication or structured reporting. Email and chat, team meetings. Email and chat tools are some of the easiest and most flexible ways to collect feedback. They allow people to share ideas or raise issues at any time, and those messages can be saved and searched later when you need them. For example, you might set up a dedicated feedback channel in your team's chat platform so nothing gets lost in personal conversations. Team meetings are another valuable option. They give everyone the opportunity to discuss updates, raise questions, and clarify each other's feedback in real time. This can be especially useful when you need to explore the why behind a comment, rather than just recording it. Feedback reports. Collaborative spreadsheets. Feedback reports are more formal and structured. They're often produced on a regular schedule, say every 2 weeks, and they combine both numbers and stories, giving you a complete picture. Because they're stored and shared, you can refer back to them when making future decisions. Collaborative spreadsheets offer a live, shared space where anyone can enter feedback as soon as they have it. This is ideal for teams spread across different locations, as everyone can see trends emerging in real time. For example, if several sales reps in different regions record the same customer concern in the spreadsheet, you can spot a pattern much faster. Feedback collection platforms. For teams handling large volumes of feedback, dedicated collection platforms can make life much easier. These tools bring together information from multiple sources, emails, chats, surveys, into one place. They're scalable, meaning they work whether you're dealing with a dozen comments or thousands, and they make it easier to analyze trends and make informed decisions. Using a platform also ensures that both qualitative feedback, the what and why, and quantitative feedback, the how much or how often, are stored together for a complete view. Preparing for design feedback. When we're preparing to present a concept or solution, the way we communicate it will determine the quality of the feedback we receive. A clear, well-structured presentation avoids confusion and keeps the discussion focused on the real issue at hand. It's important to show not only the final solution, but also how you arrived there. This means walking your audience through the process, the thinking behind key decisions, and the options you considered along the way. If you're asking for input, frame the challenge clearly so people understand the problem you're trying to solve. Think of the presentation as setting the stage for a constructive conversation. If you set it up well, you're more likely to receive feedback that is relevant, actionable, and helps you improve the design. Preparing for design feedback. Overview. In this next section, we'll look at 4 important aspects of gathering design feedback effectively. Playing to your audience. Adapting your approach depending on who you're speaking to. Feedback from clients. Understanding their vision and linking your solution to their goals. Feedback from designers. Working with colleagues to refine and strengthen the concept. Receiving feedback. Taking input constructively and using it to make improvements. These areas work together to make feedback sessions more productive and outcomes stronger. Play to your audience. When you present a design, it's essential to tailor your delivery to the audience in front of you. Customers, designers, managers, and directors each bring different perspectives and priorities. Customers often know what they want to achieve, but may struggle to put it into design terms. They might say, "Make it feel fresh and inviting," without knowing the specific elements that create that effect. As the designer, it's your role to interpret that vision and translate it into tangible design choices. Designers in your audience will be looking at creative execution and technical detail, while managers may focus more on timelines, budgets, and whether the design supports business objectives. Directors could be thinking about brand positioning and long-term strategy. A strong presentation makes these different priorities clear. It shows how the design meets both creative and commercial goals, and it walks the audience through the journey, not just the end result. Feedback from clients bring valuable insights about their customers and markets, but they may not speak the language of design. They might express a desire for the design to feel modern or friendly without being able to pinpoint the exact elements that will achieve that. Your job is to bridge that gap, connecting their business goals and vision to specific design decisions. Client feedback often centers on solving real-world challenges, attracting a new audience, improving usability, or reinforcing brand identity. By clearly linking your design choices to these goals, you make it easier for clients to see how the design delivers measurable value. This alignment builds trust and ensures the feedback you receive is grounded in their business priorities rather than personal taste alone. Feedback from designers. When presenting to other designers, developers, or project managers, the conversation often shifts to technical performance, usability, and project scope. Designers will examine how well your solution works visually and functionally, while project managers assess whether it aligns with deadlines, budgets, and agreed deliverables. Developers look at whether the design can be built effectively within the given technology framework. If you're addressing a complex issue, such as navigation in a mobile app, it's helpful to explain the approaches you've already tried and why they didn't work. This prevents rehashing old ideas and keeps the discussion focused on generating fresh, workable solutions. It also demonstrates that you've taken a systematic approach, which encourages more targeted and constructive input. Receiving feedback. Good feedback is a cornerstone of great design work. When you present your ideas clearly and show your reasoning, you make it easier for others to give meaningful, actionable feedback. It's important to remember that not everyone will agree with your design choices, and that's perfectly fine. The goal isn't to please everyone, it's to collect a range of perspectives, evaluate them, and use the most relevant insights to improve your design. Approaching feedback with an open and professional mindset turns it from something potentially uncomfortable into a collaborative step toward creating something stronger. Receiving feedback. Keep calm and take notes. When feedback begins, stay composed and listen carefully. Avoid jumping in to defend every decision. This can close down the conversation and prevent you from hearing potentially valuable points. Instead, write down all feedback as it's given. Even if you don't agree with something in the moment, reviewing your notes later may reveal useful ideas you initially overlooked. Taking notes also signals to your audience that you value their input. This builds rapport and encourages them to contribute more openly in the future. Receiving feedback. Ask, is this quality feedback? Not all feedback is created equal. Some will help you refine and improve your design, while other comments may be based on personal preference or unrelated opinions. Quality feedback is specific, constructive, and connected to the goals of the project. If a comment is unclear, ask for clarification. There may be a valuable insight hidden within it. Learn to recognize the difference between actionable feedback and distractions. This skill ensures you focus your time and energy on changes that will genuinely strengthen the final product. Gathering and using feedback effectively is as much about process as it is about listening. Choosing the right communication channels, tailoring presentations to the audience, and approaching feedback with an open mind all contribute to better solutions. In the end, the best outcomes come from a loop: presenting, listening, refining, and presenting again, until you arrive at a solution that meets the needs of both the project and the people it serves.